What's up, y'all? Welcome back to ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. And y'all, I'm here to preview the Tennessee Titans Week 3 game against the Green Bay Packers. So without further ado, y'all, let's get straight into it. All right, y'all, I want to start with the injury report. And for my Tennessee Titans, man, I mean, we are looking extremely healthy, y'all. The only player who carries a questionable status is Tajay Spears, y'all. But according to our head coach, Brian Callahan, Tajay should be ready to go.
We should be relatively good to go. We'll list Tajay at the moment on the injury report as Robbie said, questionable.
Yeah.
So anticipate him likely being ready to roll, but just you never know with those things when it comes to game day how he feels. But that's really about it. Everybody else is pretty much good to go.
Yeah, so y'all just heard, man, Titans head coach Brian Callahan. He said Tajay should be ready to go, but they do have him listed on the injury report, as questionable, y'all. But I do expect Tajay Spears to play. And now, y'all, let's go down to the Packers side of things. And I see that Packers backup guard, rookie backup guard, Jordan Morgan, he's going to be out in this game due to a shoulder injury, y'all. Packers backup cornerback, Carrington Valentine, he is going to be doubtful for this game due to an ankle injury, so he probably will not play. And then y'all see, man, Packers superstar quarterback Jordan Love, y'all, he is questionable for this game. Now, I do not expect Jordan Love to play, y'all. I mean, remember, he literally hurt his MCL just 2 weeks ago, right? So I think it would be too risky for the Miami Dolphins to have him out there. But the fact that he is back practicing, it has to mean, y'all, that by next week, Jordan Love would be ready to go, but I don't think he's quite ready to go yet, y'all. So I don't see him playing, but it is a good thing, to at least see him practicing. And with that being said, y'all, let's move on to Zay's Zippy Keys to Victory. And y'all, ain't the first key is that we have to stop the run, man. I mean, last week, y'all, the Packers ran the ball 53 times for 261 yards. I mean, I have not seen a team run the ball that much probably since honestly, probably since we did it, y'all, a couple years ago against the Houston Texans. Remember, ironically enough, Malik Willis, he was starting that game due to our starting quarterback at the time, Ryan Tannehill, having to miss the game due to an ankle injury. And even that game, I don't think we ran the ball like 53 times. I think we ran the ball maybe like 40 or 41 times. But yeah, that's probably the last time I remember, seeing the team run the ball that much, y'all. But I'm pretty sure the Packers, they're going to come out here and try to replicate that because Malik Willis, obviously, he's not the caliber of quarterback that Jordan Love is. And so they're going to try to help him, try to take a lot of pressure off him, y'all. And I think for the Tennessee Titans, man, this is why we drafted T'Vondre Sweat, right? And it's time for T Sweat, y'all, to have a huge game. Now, he had a solid game against the Bears. Last week, he didn't play, horrible, but I just want to see a little bit more from T'Vondre Sweat, man. I was listening to the Tennessee Titans defensive line coach Tracy Rocker, y'all, and he said that he talked to T Sweat about just making plays because last week, y'all, T Sweat didn't even have a tackle, right? And Tracy Rocker, he wants to see more from him. I want to see more from him. So anytime, y'all, for T'Vondre Sweat to have that monster game that we've been waiting for, it is this Sunday against the Green Bay Packers, man, because Josh Jacobs, he's one of the best running backs in the league. And again, they're going to try to run that football early and often, y'all. So we must stop the run. We know what Big Jeff is going to do, right? We know Big Jeff is going to handle his business. But T-Sweat, man, it's time for you to show up. And then also, y'all linebackers like Ernest Jones, who had a phenomenal game last week against New York Jets, and Kenneth Murray, they're going to be very, very, very key for us in stopping the Packers running game. So key number one, y'all, is to stop the run. And the second key, y'all, is, and this kind of ties into the first key, but we have to force Malik to beat us, y'all. And listen, I like Malik Willis. I think he's a good guy. But he, is not the most accurate. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He's probably only going to be a backup level quarterback for the rest of his career. So, y'all, we have to make Malik beat us, right? We need to make the Green Bay Packers one-dimensional. And if we can do that, we have a chance to really have a ton of success defensively. We know we have one of the best defense in the league. Right now, y'all, we're actually number one in total defense, right? So we have a really good defense here in Tennessee, and we're going up against a team, man, that is going to be starting, again, more than likely, their backup quarterback, because I don't see Jordan Love playing this game. and we need to take advantage of that, y'all. And I want us to force Malik to have to beat us, man. We need to, make him throw the ball 25, 30 times. Last week, he only had to throw the ball 14 times. Why? Because the Indianapolis coach, y'all, they cannot stop the Packers running game to save their life. Again, I just told y'all a few minutes ago, man, they gave over 261 rushing yards. And so I don't want to see that happen to us. I want us to have Malik throw the ball a lot, man. Because if he does that, y'all, it should make our life a whole lot easier than if the Packers are running the ball down our throat. I don't want to see that, y'all. And key number two, y'all, key number three kind of ties in with key number two, because key number three, y'all, we need to force some turnovers. And again, if we make Malik Willis have to throw the ball a lot, y'all, that means our corners can really feast on him, right? And I think L'Jarius Sneed, y'all, is gonna have a big game. We know L'Jarius Sneed, he's been absolutely shutting down these wide receivers the first 2 weeks through the season. I mean, week one, he locked down DJ Moore. DJ Moore only had 36 yards. Week two, man, he locked up Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson only had 57 yards. And so I'm expecting L'Jarius Sneed to have a big day once again, y'all. But I think on Sunday, he's going to get his first interception as a Tennessee Titan, because again, y'all, I think we're going to be able to stop their running game. Malik is going to throw the ball. And I think Malik is going to throw a pick, and I think he's going to throw that pick to L'Jarius Sneed. And y'all, it is time for our defense to force some turnovers. Listen, we have, again, one of the best defenses in the league. I just told y'all we're number one in total defense. The problem is, though, we have not forced a single turnover, man. It is time to do that. And not just force the interceptions, y'all, but we also need to force some fumbles, man. I told y'all, T Sweat, he needs to have a big game. I would love to see T Sweat or Ernest Jones them punch out a ball that Josh Jacobs has in his hand. I would love to see that, man. We need to force fumbles. We need to force sack fumbles, right? And we need to get interceptions, man. It is time to do that. I was listening to Titans defensive coordinator Nard Wilson. He said he's been preaching that all week long. If we want to truly be an elite defense, we got to start forcing turnovers. We're a really good defense, but again, if we want to be an elite defense, it is time to start forcing some turnovers, man. I think Sunday, y'all, is the perfect opportunity for us to start doing that, y'all. The fourth key is we need to attack the Packers secondary, y'all. And I think the Packers defense is a little overrated, because when you look at the Packers defense, y'all, I think a lot of people are looking at what they did last week against the Indianapolis Colts and saying, "Oh, the Packers have this great defense." Y'all, the Packers are 26 in passing defense, man. They give up 232 passing yards per game. And mind y'all, the Philadelphia Eagles week one against the Green Packers, man, they had a ton of success against that Packers secondary. Remember, AJ, he had over 115 yards against Jair Alexander and those guys. And so I think for the Tennessee Titans, man, we have two really good wide receivers, and Calvin Ridley and D Hop, y'all. And D Hop, we need to get this man going. D Hop only has 2 catches for 17 yards on the season. That is totally unacceptable. Listen, I know he's been a little hobbled. He's still dealing with that knee injury, y'all. But I was listening to D Hop. He said he's ready to go. I also listened to our offensive coordinator Nick Holtz, and he said the Titans want to incorporate, D Hop more into the game plan. So we need to attack this Packers secondary, because I think we have a lot of success against them, y'all. And we know what Calvin really did last week. We know he had that incredible 40-yard touchdown catch over Sauce Gardner, and he can have a ton of success against this Packers defense, y'all. Because here's the thing, Jair Alexander is a really good corner, but I'm not afraid of Jair. I mean, we've seen Jair, get beat. He got beat, a week one against AJ. So I think Calvin really could do the same thing to him. And then on the other side, y'all, I mean, Eric Stokes, he's solid, but I think D Hop, now that D Hop seems like he's closer to 100% than he was a couple of weeks ago, I think D Hop can really kind of exploit uh I forgot his name. Excuse me, Eric Stokes, y'all. So kind of had a brain for right there, Eric Stokes. And so I think if we're able to attack this Packers secondary, they can really open up things for our running game. We don't need to come out and try to run the ball. Last week we needed to do that. This week is totally different, because last week we were going against an elite secondary. This week we're not going against an elite secondary, right? So open the playbook up, Brian Callahan, and let's attack the Packers secondary, y'all. I think the fifth and final key, y'all, is that we cannot have any turnovers / dumb mistakes. And I'm looking at Will Levis, and I'm looking at our special teams unit, man. Will Levis, no interceptions, no backward passes, no dumb fumbles, none of that, okay? I need to see my quarterback, Will Levis, play a clean game, y'all. And then special teams-wise, no block punts. Okay, we're not doing that this week. No block punts. So no turnovers, no dumb mistakes, y'all. We have to win the turnover margin. Okay, because honestly, that's why we're 2-0. Excuse me, that's why we're 0-2, right? Because we have not won the turnover margin. We need to do that. We would be 2-0 if we had been winning the turnover margin, but we have failed to do that, y'all. We have to win the turnover margin on Sunday, especially when you're considering we're going against Malik Willis. We're not going against Jordan Love, y'all. We're going against Malik Willis, right? And I do think Malik is going to throw an interception or two, or maybe even three against us, right? So we need to take advantage of that. But if we're getting turnovers, but then we're turning the ball back over to them, that's not going to help us, right? Because that's going to be canceling each other out. We need to play a clean brand of football, y'all, to allow us to be able to move the ball down the field. And then special teams wise, we cannot have any block punts and allow the offense to get free points because that's what's happened the first 2 weeks, right? Week one, we had, the Bears had a block punt, they got a free touchdown, and then last week y'all against the New York Jets, they got a block punt, right? They got a free field goal. I don't want to see that, right? Because our defense is a really good defense. And it's unfair to them that we're putting them in really bad situations because one, our quarterback keeps having these dumb turnovers, these dumb mistakes, and then secondly, our special teams unit cannot block at all, right? So we just need to play a clean brand of football, y'all. Because if we do that, man, I'm finna put myself back on the screen. Y'all, if we do that, this team has a chance to be really good. You look at the Tennessee Titans. We really should be 2-0, let's be honest. At least 1-1, but we really should be 2-0. We should be 2-0. But we've blown it the first 2 weeks. Right, we've had self-inflicted wounds, y'all. We cannot have that on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers, even though they're going to be probably without their superstar quarterback Jordan Love. We cannot have that. We just cannot. And moving forward, if we want to be the team that we think we can be, we got to play smarter. We got to be better offensively. We cannot have our quarterback having these horrible decisions, horrible turnovers, and special teams, man. We got to be able to protect our punter Ryan Stonehouse because Ryan Stonehouse, y'all, I think he's the best punter in the NFL. Okay, I don't want to see him suffer another season in the injury like he did last year because our special teams unit is unable to block for him. But if we're able to do that, y'all, if we're able to do that, this team has the making of being a really, really good football team. Because we're already really good defensively. The only thing we need to start doing on defense, like I said earlier, is force the turnovers. That's it. That's all we need to do is start forcing turnovers. Offensively, we need to be better on the right side of our offensive line, and our quarterback needs to be better in terms of decision making. Right in that special teams unit again, as I've said time and time again, y'all, the first 2 weeks of the season, we have to be able to protect our punter Ryan Stonehouse. And y'all, with that being said, man, it is time for me to give y'all my game prediction. And y'all, honestly, this was a pretty easy prediction for me. Because I feel like this team is getting ready to put it all together. We've seen the first two games, y'all, where we're like, wow, if this team could just put it all together, offense playing well, with the defense and then the special teams unit, they get their stuff together. This team could be pretty good, y'all. With that being said, drum roll, please. With that being said, y'all, I have the Tennessee Titans winning this game 27-17. And I know some of y'all probably like, Zay, you're being a homer here. But y'all, when I really started to think about this game and who I was going to pick to win this game, I was like, man, the Packers are going to be without Jordan Love. They were going to be able to, force Malik to throw an interception or two. So if we're able to force Malik to throw an interception or two, y'all, then what is that going to do? Well, that's going to put our offense in short fields. And I think, y'all, we're going to be able to score 27 points. I know we hadn't even scored 20 points in the game yet, but when you look last week, y'all, we should have scored 27, right? Because if Will doesn't have that horrible fumble, that's 3 points that he cost us, right? Because all he has to do is just go down, take a sack, and then our kicker our kicker Nick Folk, he would have probably come out and made the field goal, right? So that's 3 points right there. And then y'all, there was another time later on in the game where Will and Calvin really they should have connected on like a 65-yard pass, but the ball kind of went through Calvin Ridley's hands, so that should have been another 7 points. So really, last week we should have scored 27 points, y'all. But I think we're gonna do it on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. I think Will Levis is going to have a bounce back game, y'all. I think Calvin Ridley's going to have over 100 yards. Again, this Green Bay Packers secondary, they're ranked 26 in pass defense. So I think Calvin really has over 100 yards. I think D-Hop, y'all, he's going to finally get incorporated into the offense. I think Tony Pollard, he's going to have yet another good game for us. And I think the defense, y'all, they're going to really get after Malik. I think, like I said earlier, I think L'Jarius Sneed's going to get his first interception as a member of the Tennessee Titans. I think all that, y'all, is going to lead to the Tennessee Titans getting their first victory, man, 27-17, and everyone can relax. Like I told y'all, the sky's not falling, the season's not over yet. Now, if we lose on Sunday, okay, I will admit it's over, y'all. But right now, we're just 0-2. We're not 0-3 yet. Hopefully, we won't be 0-3. Hopefully, after this game on Sunday, we're going to be 1-2, y'all. And if we win this game on Sunday, then I think this team has a chance to really get some momentum going. Because when you look at our schedule, y'all, on Sunday we play the Packers, and then next week we got the Miami Dolphins, and after that, y'all, we got the Indianapolis Colts. So realistically, we could go on a little 3-game winning streak. Excuse me, right? Because if we beat the Packers, they're without their starting quarterback, Jordan Love. And then next week, y'all, the Miami Dolphins, they're going to be without their starting quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. And then against the Indianapolis Colts, y'all, were at home. You know, the Colts have really struggled so far offensively. That's a game we could win. So we just need to take it one play at a time, man, one game at a time. And the game right now, y'all, that we need to be focused on is this game against the Green Bay Packers, right? Let's take care of business at home. Let's move to 1-2 so we can start, reeling off some wins, y'all, and really start to get some momentum on our sides. Because as y'all know, we're trying to keep up with the Houston Texans this division. I'm not worried about the Jaguars. I'm not worried about the Colts, but we are trying to keep up with the Houston Texans, y'all. Speaking of the Houston Texans, wouldn't it be great if the Texans lost on Sunday to the Minnesota Vikings and we won? Because then they would be 2-1 and we would be 1-2. But nevertheless, y'all, forget about the Texans. We just need to focus on us, man. And what we need to do is go out here, get a win, man, against the Green Bay Packers. So that way we can get ready, next week, Monday Night Football against the Miami Dolphins, y'all. Because I really would hate for us to be, playing in this prime time Monday Night Football game. We come in this game 0-3. Yeah, that would not look great. But 1-2, it would definitely look a whole lot better, man. So there y'all have it. Y'all can see my face again. So there y'all have it, man. That was another episode of ZayMoolah Sports Podcast. That was me previewing the Tennessee Titans Week 3 matchup against the Green Bay Packers. Remember, y'all, laughter is good medicine. So what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm going to end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.